What's that causing me to laugh? Here we go. Over this whole Titus series, what is it that has stuck in your mind the most? For those of you who don't know me, my name is Aaron. This is the Bible Applied, where we choose a bit of the Bible and we go through it. We're right at the end of our series on Titus. This is the last video. So we're looking at Titus chapter 3 verses something to something. At 12 to 15, we are looking at how you can be the best human that you can be. Okay, so Titus chapter 3 verse 12 says this: "As soon as I send Artemas or Tychicus to you, do your best to come to me at Nicopolis, because I have decided to winter there. Do everything you can to help Zenas the lawyer and Apollos on their way, and see that they have everything they need. Our people must learn to devote themselves to doing what is good, in order to provide for urgent needs and not live unproductive lives. Everyone with me sends you greetings. Greet those who love us in the faith. Grace be with you all." Boom! Artemas! Kiss to you. I can't get Artemis out of my head now. Oh dear. It's really important when we're reading bits of the Bible like this that when we're right at the end, we don't just go to verse 14 and go, "There is my application." Otherwise, verse 14 would become all that we talk about, whereas all the other bits we would ignore. But all those other bits are so key to what it means to be a Christian. See, when we get into what is being said here, actually it's really exciting. Artemas! Artemas! That's a strong name, right? Artemas!
Tychicus.
Artemis or
Tychicus. Why are you so small? I'm Tychicus.
Now, one of those blokes was going to come and take over from Titus in building the churches, being a living example, living on Crete and being part of that community. So we need to know that Titus's time was actually limited in the work that he was doing. He was a missionary there and he was going to move on. Titus was to do what he could to establish the elders, the role models. He could help the church there to choose leaders and help the people to live right lives. But he was going to move on to Nicopolis. Now, Nicopolis was apparently a very large Roman city. It was a very wealthy place. It was also apparently known for its mosquitoes. Who knew? Steve knew. Nicopolis was also a great place for Paul to move on from. So he had decided to winter there. Steve, where are you going to winter this year? I shall winter there!
I shall winter there!
Zenas and Apollos were two people that were coming and needed refueling in Crete. And Paul was saying it's Titus's job to sort that out. Do everything you can. But did you notice what was said? He said, do everything you can to help Zenas the lawyer and Apollos on their way and see that they have everything they need. Not most of the things they need, it was everything they need. You need to refuel these guys. It's down to you, Titus. Why were they going to do that? Because these guys were going to be spreading the good news of Jesus Christ. And so Titus and the church were going to join them in that. See, this is what is so important in this passage that is so easy to miss. Christianity is a community. You are not alone. If you are a Christian and you're feeling lonely at the moment, you need to remember you are not alone. And you see, this is why verse 14 is so important. Our people must learn to devote themselves to doing what is good. Why? In order to provide for urgent needs and not live unproductive lives. So Paul is saying the church needs to grow. They need to build up. These people need to be providers. They need to become wealthy so that they can provide for the people who are in urgent need. Pause! Let's have a little break there and just work through why that's so important. In our Western world today, what we tend to do is build our estate, build all the money and the wealth and all the things that we have so that we can spend it on our comfort, so that it's okay for us to get a bigger car or go on a nicer holiday or all of that sort of stuff. But not so with Paul. Paul was saying you need to gain wealth to be able to give it away to those who have urgent need. Application! Work hard. Aim to be good. Be productive. Gain power and influence. All of those things so that we can then provide for those who are in need. Our last verse in Titus, how awesome is this? Check out verse 15. It says, "Everyone with me sends you greetings. Greet those who love us in the faith. Grace be with you all." What an amazing final verse to finish on. What was it that was uniting all these people? Paul and Titus and all these other people. What was it that united them? It was their faith. You are not alone. If you are a Christian, you are connected with people of faith. This brings us to our final application. Faith makes a really big difference to your life. If there's no evidence of faith, then there probably isn't any faith. If you are trusting in Jesus as your Saviour, and you are following Him as your Lord, if you are devoted to doing what is good, if you are loving other people, then you are being the best human that you could possibly be. Keep going. Here endeth Titus. That ends Titus. That's it. That's the book. You've gone through the whole thing. What an amazing privilege to be able to go through and see how Titus applies to our lives. I hope that's changed your life. It has changed mine. So I hope that now that you can go ahead and know that because you are a Christian, because you are loved, you can be the best person that you can be. Go to a good church that preaches the gospel. Go to a place where they love you, where you can find role models in the eldership, where you can enjoy people, where you can be part of something that is growing. It's such an exciting thing. I hope Titus has blessed you as much as it has me. I hope to see you in our next series, happening soon. Steve's challenge. Okay, yes. Welcome to another one of Steve's challenges. There's a challenge that he set for me that I now need to... What's there a piece of paper here? I need to get through. Right, okay. What? Step through this piece of paper, the fastest time wins. Step through this piece of paper, the fastest time wins. Right, okay, pause this video and go and get a piece of paper. Okay, when you come back, we'll start the timer and see if you can do better than I can. Step through this paper, the fastest time wins. Okay, I'm hoping that you're back now. What I'm going to do is we're going to start the time in 3, 2, 1, go. Right, this in half. You need to make a hole. I'm assuming that the edges have to be... Ooh! I just thought of a really good idea. Instead of, I'm not going to fit through this hole, am I, without ripping the whole thing? No, I'm not going to be able to get through that. So, step through this piece of paper. Now, that's worded in a way, Mr. Steve, that this implies... So you know when you're winning a marathon or you're winning a race, they've got that little kind of paper thing that people run through. They step through that paper. Surely that means that I don't need to make a hole, I could just step through it. Yay! Boom, stop the clock. Surely that's got to be it. Okay, if you think that you're going to be able to step through a piece of paper quicker than I can, then upload your try to the Facebook group. And hopefully, we'll see you in the next video.